On the news tonight, Nigerian government plans to transmit from fossil petrol to cleaner renewable energy. Supreme Court reaffirms the election of 5 governors. Plus, Osun State's government restates resolve to bring developments to the grassroots. And on the foreign scene, Burkina Faso government foils coup attempts. Good evening, the major report. I am Adekemi Amo. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Dr. Heineken Lokobere, has disclosed that Nigeria will spend a total sum of $3.1 trillion to transit from fossil fuel to cleaner and renewable energy. Dr. Lokobere said the nation had projected $1.9 trillion for energy transition plan, while $1.2 trillion was estimated for renewable energy plan in 2060, making a sum of $3.1 trillion altogether. He made this known at the 54th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. The minister said he, alongside Vice President Kashim Shettima and other global leaders, have emphasized the nation's commitment to responsible fossil fuel exploration, leveraging cutting-edge technologies. He also highlighted that Nigeria's energy policies aligned with the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries expectations, showcasing the country's dedication to sustainable practices. However, on the issue of transitioning from fossil fuel, Lokobere said Africa, Nigeria in particular, will not rely on aid and grants to transition to cleaner and renewable energy resources in 2060. The House of Representatives Public Accounts Committee has directed the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investments to refund 75 billion naira allocated to it as COVID-19 invasion funds. This was as the committee also ordered the Ministry of Health to return the 10 billion naira released to it to produce COVID-19 vaccine. The resolution was sequel to a motion moved by Basi Akipa, a member of the Labour Party from Cross River State, following the non-appearance of officials of the ministry at its investigative hearing. The committee recently invited 59 ministries, departments, and agencies to appear before it for the commencement of an investigative hearing on the alleged mismanagement of COVID-19 funds. The committee adopted the motion after it was seconded and directed that the ministry refund the said funds to the coffers of the federal government. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court has affirmed the election of the Delta State Governor Sheriff Obowori. The court dismissed the appeal by the All Progressives Congress and its candidate Ovie Omagege, and the Labour Party and its candidate Ken Pella against the governor. In the Omagege appeal, the 5-member panel led by Justice Okoro said the appeal lacked merit and the appellant was unable to discharge the burden of proof placed on him. The Court of Appeal in Lagos affirmed the election of Okowere as the governor of Delta State, dismissing the appeals by the governorship candidates and their parties. Sheriff pulled 360,234 votes to defeat his closest opponent, Omagege of the APC, who scored 240,229 votes. Furthermore, the Supreme Court has affirmed the election of the governor of Osun State, Dapo Abiodun. The appellant Ladi Adebutu and the People's Democratic Party prayed the Apex Court to compel the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct fresh elections in the 99 polling units where elections were allegedly cancelled. The Appellate Court Lagos Division had, in a split decision, affirmed Abiodun's re-election. The majority judgment delivered by Justice Joseph Ikwe dismissed the appeal filed by the PDP and its governorship candidates. In the same vein, some women today staged a protest in Nasarawa State to express their displeasure over the Supreme Court's judgments, which affirmed the election of Governor Abdullahi Sule of the All Progressives Congress. The governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, David Omagudu, had dragged Sule to court, challenging his 2023 election victory. However, at the Supreme Court, Justice Kudirat Kekere held that the appeal lacked merits. The National Identity Management Commission has charged the agency's front-end partners to be good ambassadors of the Commission. The Commission warned that it would not spare any of them found engaged in unwholesome practices. The Director General NIMC Abisoye Koka Odusote said this in Abuja at the just concluded 4-day training for the first batch of newly revalidated front-end partners. The DG assured participants that the revitalization was a management decision to sanitize the enrollment process while also auditing invoices inherited by her administration on the outstanding debts owed the FEPS. Osun State government has released a white paper on the resolution of the chieftaincy tussle of the stools of Akinru of Ikiru, Are of Ire, and Owa of Igbajo. Chairman of the White Paper Committee and Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Reverend Bumijeyo, made this known during a meeting with kingmakers and other critical stakeholders in the affected communities. OSBC reporter Oluchi Hamuda has the details.
The much-awaited white paper on the traditional chieftaincy stools of Akinru of Ikiru, Owa of Igbajo, and Are of Ire has finally been released. Chairman of the White Paper Committee and Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Reverend Bumijeyo, made this known during a meeting with the kingmakers and other critical stakeholders from Ikiru, Igbajo, and Ire. He noted that Governor Ademola Adeleke is running a transparent and all-inclusive government, hence the need to firstly intimate those directly concerned with the issues before publicizing it.
The governor has promised that he will always run an open government and also to involve all the critical stakeholders in each community before he made a decision. The committee set up by the governor looked into all the areas of concerns and they came up with a report, and the report has been turned to white paper. Before it's been presented to the public, the governor wanted to inform, to carry along all the critical stakeholders in each community, and that's what we did today.
While reading out the content of the white paper, the Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Oluomokolapo Alimi, joined the affected communities to allow peace to reign in their domains.
Chieftains to respect of all that the previous selection process, which produced President government to stand nullified, an all-inclusive selection process for a new nominee should commence, and that compliance with the requirement of law is strictly observed with respect to the stool. Chieftains stools are real that all the previous actions of the appointed warrant chiefs stand nullified, and that the substantive chiefs are enjoined to withdraw their suit before the court so as to allow commencement of the process of selecting a new urban nominee in line with due process and tradition.
It will be recalled that Governor Ademola Adeleke, during his inauguration, had issued an executive order for the 3 occupants of the traditional stool of Akinru of Ikiru, Owa of Igbajo, and the Are of Ire to vacate their seats. The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Dosu Babatunde, Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of Osun State, Wale Jimmy Bada, Special Advisor to the Governor on Chieftaincy Affairs, Mr. Adams Akindewe, Permanent Secretaries, and other top government officials also attended the meetings. Oluchi Amuda, OSBC News.
Osun State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Mr. Dosu Babatunde, has enjoined the general public to continue to pray for the progress of Governor Ademola Adeleke's administration. Mr. Babatunde made the call at the 2024 Interdenominational Prayer organized by Osun State Chapter of Association of Local Government of Nigeria in conjunction with the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, held at the Center for Black Culture and International Understanding Hall. Our reporter Oluwatobiloba Odunuga has the details.
The 2024 interdenominational prayer organized by Osun State Chapter of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, in conjunction with the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, held at the Center for Black Culture and International Understanding Hall, attracted those who in the state, leaders of the ruling People's Democratic Party, top government functionaries, local government and councils chairmen across the state, among others. In his address, the State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Mr. Doshu Babatunde, who appreciated God's faithfulness in the past year despite all odds, charged Osun ALGON members to always put God first in all their endeavors. The Commissioner further called for the support and prayers of all for the progress and success of the present administration under the leadership of Governor Ademola Adeleke, including that of his cabinet members.
We are just starting a new year, and it's important to start the new year with prayers. Only prayer can do things, can move mountains. And this is coming from the backdrop of the fact that we lost 2 of our chairmen. So it's important to dedicate the new year into the hands of God.
Speaking on health management, special advisor to the governor on public health, Dr. Adekunle Akindele, enjoined well-meaning individuals to prioritize regular medical checkup, take time to relax and engage in regular exercise.
The popular saying amongst all of us is heaven helps those who help themselves. In as much as we are praying to God and we are looking up to God for good help, we equally have to help ourselves by going for our routine medical checkup.
Prayers were offered to God both in Islamic and Christian ways for the progress, success, welfare, and stability of the administration of Governor Ademola Adeleke. Present at the occasion were the PDP Secretary, Honorable Bola Ajao, Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Reverend Bumi Jenyo, Commissioner for Health, Mr. Jola Akintola, Osun ALGON Chairman, Otumba Sharafadin Awotunde, OSBC Board Chairman, Engineer Mayowa Olosho, PSDG, OSBC Mr. Rashid Folawami, and other key stakeholders and notable individuals in the state, among others. Oluwa Tobiloba Odunuga, OSBC News.
Osun State government's efforts at ensuring the development of education cannot be successful without the input of stakeholders, individuals and groups whose contributions in that direction will complement government action. A stalwart of the People's Democratic Party in Obokun local government, Prince Adeku Sibe-Okeowo, gave this indication at the commissioning of Governor Ademola Adeleke Game House in Ibokun. Adeniyi Adebayo completes the story.
The event, which featured distribution of JAMB forms to about 100 indigent students in Obokun local government, is aimed at complementing the efforts of the state government in the educational sector. Speaking at the ceremony, which took place in Ibokun, the facilitator of the program, Prince Adeku Sibe-Okeowo, noted with pleasure the effort of Governor Ademola Adeleke in the area of education, adding that if the government efforts are complemented by individuals or groups, Nigeria would have gone far. He also stated that he decided to put up the Governor Ademola Adeleke Game House to ease tension and create a recreational facility for youth in and around Ibokun.
We are here to JAMB registration form for over 100 students in Obokun local government for our able Governor Ademola Adeleke Jackson. So this is to help our governor in education, to help all the children in our local government. So we hope and believe that all the students will come out with flying colors in their exams, and we will be super proud of our governor Ademola Adeleke Jackson.
The Chairman Governing Council, Osun State College of Technology, SAOK, Honorable Dino Odeyemi, lauded Adeku Sibe-Okeowo for taking the bold step, while also comprehending Governor Ademola Adeleke for his selfless commitment towards community development. He urged all beneficiaries of the free UTME forms to study hard and prepare well for the upcoming exams so as to ensure they take a bold step towards educational excellence.
So I want to commend Honorable Sibe-Okeowo for complimenting the good gesture of His Excellency Senator Ademola Jackson. It's a complimentary effort because the governor is willing and ready to ensure that in Osun State we leave that position of 28-29 to become #1. And we know that it is the number of students we are able to produce that, are able to do well in JAMB that we can count as our achievement.
Highlights of the event were the commissioning of the Governor Ademola Adeleke Game House and 100 free UTME forms, free tutorial center, and distribution of educational materials. It has been Adeniyi Adebayo reporting for OSBC News.
Mr. Afolabi Adeniyi, a native of Ilaragun in Osun State, is seeking financial support of the government and well-meaning individuals in the society to cure her kidney disease, which he is battling with. Mr. Adeniyi made the plea while speaking with OSBC News on his health challenges. Again, Oluwatobiloba Odunuga has the details.
Narrating his audio with OSBC News, Mr. Afolabi Adeniyi, who is a businessman from the family of Okejibu, Ile-Panu in Ilarogun, Ila local government area of Osun State, said he was recently diagnosed with kidney disease, which needs urgent kidney transplant. Mr. Adeniyi, who reiterated that his health challenges needs urgent care, noted that all he could get with his family, as narrated by him, has been expended on his treatment, hence the call for financial assistance from the government and the general public. He recalled that he has gone through several medical tests and treatments, adding that the doctors who's been treating him said he would have to go through a stage of kidney transplant and subsequent treatment, which is totaling to 30 million naira for the surgery. He called on the government and Nigerians at large to assist him, as he could not raise the sum of 30 million naira on his own at this trying period.
I'm here because I have kidney disease, which I don't have the money to just treat myself, because I've been diagnosed with kidney disease and I need 30 million to do the kidney transplant, and I don't have the money. I'm begging people to help me.
Should you be touched by his plight, you can contact him on 080-3620-2492 or 080-2075-1352, and you can send your donations to his account number 3110869433. First Bank with the account name Afolabi Adeniyi Akin Oluwa Tobiloba Odunuga, OSBC News.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has announced the arrest of some informants working for kidnappers who had launched daring attacks in some parts of the territory. Mr. Wike will disclose these during a town hall meeting with various stakeholders and residents in Gwagwalada town. Gwagwalada Area Council said kidnappers and their informants should get ready to face the law. The minister said security is a promise made by the president to protect the lives and properties in the country. Meanwhile, the FCT Police Public Relations Officer, SP Josephine Ade, has confirmed that notorious suspected kidnappers is currently in police custody after he was handed over to FCT Police Command. He stated that further investigation is ongoing. You're welcome to a sports segment. Egypt has come twice from behind to end a 2-2 draw with Ghana at the African Cup of Nations after losing captain Mohamed Salah to injury in the first half. Mohamed Kudus scored both goals for Ghana, drilling in the opener from 20 meters soon after Salah went off in the Group B clash at the Felix Bourguignon Stadium. Omar pounced on an error to equalize for Egypt midway through the second half, but Kudus struck again right away to restore Ghana's lead. The Black Stars were left to rue another mistake as Mustafa Mohamed leveled on 74 minutes, leaving Ghana with just 1 point from 2 matches. Egypt are only 1 point better off after back-to-back draws, but their immediate concern will be the health of Salah, whose stoppage time penalty had snatched a 2-2 draw with Mozambique. Ghana has now won just one of their last 11 AFCON matches. They were stunned 2-1 in their first game by Cape Verde, the smallest nation in the tournament would can clinch at least 16th place and top spot in the group with victory over Mozambique today. And on the foreign scene, the spokesperson for the government of Burkina Faso, Rimtali Ouagadougou, has denounced what he called an attempt at destabilizing the Malian nation. Details of these and other foreign stories are packaged by Abdul Jalil Adebisi of our foreign desk.
He said a coup attempt had been foiled and alleged coup plotters arrested, citing findings of preliminary investigations. Ouagadougou said the coup was scheduled to take place this week. He added that a network of military officers, some retired, some active, as well as civilians and activists conspired to destabilize the institutions of Burkina Faso. The network allegedly sued to target citizens' watch bodies to sway the people's support for the ruling patriotic movement for safeguard and restoration. Reports said an undisclosed number of people were detained for questioning and technical analysis were carried out. The government spokesperson said intelligence services and defense forces are vigilant. Sierra Leone's former president has headed to Nigeria for medical treatment despite being due to stand trial for his alleged role in a coup attempt last year. And his bike Roma was given permission to leave by the High Court for a maximum of 3 months. Sierra Leone's current president has called this a humanitarian gesture, but it is widely believed that a deal has been reached allowing Mr. Baikoroma to go into exile. His treason trial is due to start in March. The report says Mr. Koroma left Sierra Leone for 11 years until 2018 when current President Julius Maada Bio was elected. A Nigerian presidential jet carrying the former president was seen leaving Freetown International Airport today. The United States today called on the Kurumas to clarify the result of this week's disputed presidential election, which has been followed by deadly protests. A former military ruler, President Azali, won re-election with 62.97% in what opposition leaders have denounced as a fraudulent vote. The UN embassy in the Indian Ocean island nation said the results announced by the National Independent Electoral Commission (ZENI) raised serious concern that must be addressed to maintain the peace and the well-being of the nation. Report says Azamani is expected to be confirmed by the Supreme Court this week, but the confirmation has demanded the election be declared void, pointing out that the unexpectedly low 16% turnout figure in the presidential vote falls short of the figure for parallel governor polls. Abdul Jalil, DBC, OSBC News.
That ends the major report on OSBC TV. It was edited by Adebari Jimakinde. I am Adekemi Amo. Thank you for watching. Good night.